Sometimes I say, God damn!
Every time you say it, I get energized. Say it again! Not so good.
I said, God damn!
Now I want to ride the roller coaster.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike. He's Jay, and we're reviewing a movie that you need to fucking watch, that the world's telling you that you don't need to fucking watch. It's another one that the critics got wrong. It's called The Trust.
So trust us.
Trust. It's Nicolas Cage and Elijah Wood in a movie where they start out and they're cops on the same force. Nicolas Cage is Elijah Wood's boss, and they start out as cops, but it turns out to be a heist movie. We'll let you figure out the rest for yourselves. But these are the people who need to watch this. If you're a fan, if you're a fucking fan,
and you can eat a peach for hours.
if you could eat a peach for hours, and if you're a huge crazy Nicolas Cage fan, if you like the video Nicolas Cage loses his shit, and you like The Wicker Man just because Nick Cage gets fucking weird, how do you burn? How do you burn?
Bees! Bees!
Goddamn bees!
The fucking bees.
If you like crazy Nicolas Cage, you've got to fucking watch this movie. Nicolas Cage has done a bunch of shit that sucked, but at the same time, the movies that he's in sometimes suck, but every once in a while you watch them just to get that glimpse of crazy Cage. Like the Cage from The Rock at moments. Like, you know, when he's talking about the Beatles and shooting his little BB gun. If you love that crazy-ass Nicolas Cage, then this is a movie that you do not need to listen to the critics about. You need to just watch it. The movie has its issues, but this is Cage at his finest.
Yeah, the movie itself is like a black comedy, to say the least. It's a very dark satirical, not satire, but satirical. Satirical. Fuck your face. But no, it's a very dark, gloomy movie, but it has a lot of black comedy in it, and it's really like they let Nicolas Cage go crazy in it, and that's the best part about it. And it takes place in Vegas, which everybody knows. Vegas, Nicolas Cage, you get great stuff. I know. You get great stuff with Nicolas Cage in Vegas, and so. Yeah, and Elijah Wood actually is surprisingly does pretty well alongside of Nicolas Cage. He's not my favorite part of the movie, but definitely he adds the calming effect to Nicolas Cage's over-the-top crazy attitude. And actually, the tagline of the film, which is perfect, it says, I think it says, the worst cops make the best criminals. So that's really all we got to say about it. Like, that's what you need to watch it for, because it takes you someplace and you're like, oh, it's going to be like this. And you're like, no, it doesn't happen like this. That's a fucking Hobbit. And that's, by the way, I want to let you know, don't trust a Hobbit.
Never know. The thing about Elijah Wood is I used to hate Elijah Wood. When he first came out, he had that Orlando Bloom syndrome. It was like, all the girls like, oh, I got that kid. And I was like, fuck that little fish-faced motherfucker.
You always have fish face.
He kind of has a...
He has a fishbowl head.
But Elijah Wood's been doing some cool shit lately, man. He was in that kid zombie movie, Cooties. He was in Cooties. He's been doing some like below-the-radar really cool shit.
I liked him in Sin City, too.
Yeah, he was good in Maniac as well. Like, Elijah Wood has gained my respect. He's gained my respect a lot in the same way that Matthew McConaughey has. Like, I used to hate Matthew McConaughey and Justin Timberlake and Elijah Wood, and now they're all cool guys. It's weird. He did that thing, but he did it on a lower radar thing. Like, nobody's really paying attention to him right now, but he's actually become like a good character actor, and he's in these good little roles. In this movie, he starts out and he's like, he's a cop and he's in a whorehouse and he's smoking weed and like
smoking that ganja.
Smoking that ganja. And this guy breaks out of a closet and instead of chasing him down like a cop, he just starts laughing. And I'm like, oh fuck, this movie's gonna be awesome.
I think he was drinking too. I mean, Mike actually meant it right. He's like, me and Mike were fucking police officers. That's probably why he was like, hey, have a little flask and drink it. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna check the closet. Okay, and then this guy pumps me like, you fucking asshole. You didn't know that guy was in there?
And then you see his character first, but then you see Nicolas Cage's character, and dude, he's so just... He's perfect crazy Cage. At first, he's really, really hardcore. Like, you get the Nicolas Cage you saw in Matchstick Men, where he's like crazy, insane, over the top about his job. Like, all the paperwork has to be filed, everything has to be right. He's overly serious, and that creates its own comedy. And then Elijah Wood's this guy who doesn't give a fuck about his life. He's got nothing. You can tell his girlfriend just left him, because at one point he goes and he smells her, the cat shits on the floor. And he's like, dude, come on. But then he smells his girlfriend's shirt, but then he picks up the shit with it and throws the shirt away.
He does a wipe. He's like,
yeah. And right there, it's this cool little character thing where you never get introduced to her. He never talks about her, but you get the sense of his character. Some girl just left him. He's pissed off, like he doesn't care about anything. And the only reason he's doing this heist and this thing that Nicolas Cage wants him to do is because he doesn't give. He literally says, he's like, I don't have anything better to do, so I'm just going to listen to it.
That's what you got when you have nothing better to do and you're bored, go do some crime. But don't do that. But anyway, the thing, Nicolas Cage is for sure like the best I've seen of Nicolas Cage in a long time. He's got the same kind of weird attitude that he had in Leaving Las Vegas? That mixed with the bad guy syndrome that he was so great in with Face Off in a way.
And Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah. And the thing is, Elijah Wood does start out strong, but then because Nicolas Cage's performance is so overpowering and so amazing, it kind of gets shadowed behind it.
Yeah, he goes from this pot-smoking crazy, like, I don't give a shit about life guy with so much character to him, but then when Nicolas Cage kind of steps out and shines, Elijah Wood just becomes a regular guy in a way. Like, he's still likable.
Like, there's a scene when Nicolas Cage is sitting there, and, and he was, like, trying to talk to, I think Elijah Wood's character's name is David, and he's like, David, stay positive. Like, and it's just that normal weird. It's not normal, but it's that crazy weird thing that you love about Nicolas Cage when he's just able to pop this fucking cray cork and he's like, fucking smell it. It smells good, doesn't it? Because I'm crazy. And then they're like in a bar and he's like talking about, he was like, the lady was coming with coffee and she had coffee, a pot in her hand. So I thought, hey, I'd just get a refill. Why did I get a refill? I got a refill. He's talking to himself. He's doing this weird shit, and Elijah Wood's like, I mean, damn, man. Like,
he's like, I can't tell if that girl over there is jerking that guy off under the table or not.
But Frodo does well. He does well.
But that's the thing. Like, the movie's okay. The movie has problems, and we'll get to that. But this is one of those movies. The intricacies, the tiny little things that Nicolas Cage does, the things, the things that Nicolas Cage does with his hands and the character moments. There's these tiny little moments that are like 2 seconds long that are fucking genius. That it makes you fucking mad inside because you're like, no one's gonna notice how awesome that little moment that Nicolas Cage just did there was.
Like this movie, so good. This definitely could have been a theatrical movie. There's no doubt. Like, I mean, there's things about it. Like, it is theatrical, but it's not. It should have been widespread. It should have been a movie that everybody's talking about right now. And unfortunately, critics from Rotten Bitches have, meaning Rotten Tomatoes, Rotten Bitch Tomatoes, have gotten a hold of it. And
Rotten Bitch Tomatoes?
Well, I was trying to think of something else. What else?
I'm confused.
Rotten Taters. Rotten Taters have got a hold of this.
Tits and taters.
They bashed it. Of course they would, and because they don't understand Nicolas Cage, I guess. I don't know, but it sucks because I really want to see Nicolas Cage back up where he used to be and where back where you belong. But it's not happening right now. But anyway, as far as what's wrong with the movie, there are things that are definitely that take you out of the element. For example, for me, when I was watching it, sometimes, like, in the middle of the movie, I got muddled on what was going on. Like, I felt like they explained it as well as they could, but then there were times where you're like, okay, so are they just doing a bust? Like, is this like the normal routine thing? Is it like a Lethal Weapon thing going on? Or is it like is it darker than that? Like, I mean, and eventually you know what the truth is, but it feels just weird sometimes. It's like, you could have taken a little bit extra time on the middle part to kind of get you into it.
The tonage is off a little bit. Like, the tonage goes off because at first it's like we're gonna smoke pot and go on the job, and we're this buddy cop kind of movie. And at first Nick Cage starts with this over serious, like, super, like, I'm gonna wear like combat boots to work, like, super serious guy. And then their characters change so much that it does get muddled a little bit. And at the point where the movie lost me a little bit was towards the end. It gets darker, and certain characters that you love them just the way they are, and then they try to do, and heist movies do this a lot. They try to get too damn clever. They try to get too clever, and they try to throw all this shit and all these twists and stuff. I liked watching these two characters do what they were doing, and one of the characters in particular does some really dark shit, and then it goes from straight up comedy and fucking awesome character work into black comedy and an over convoluted heist, and the end, just whatever.
Well, exactly. I was gonna agree with you because I think that with Frodo, I'm sorry. Elijah Wood, they start him off in a certain way, and then by the end of the movie, I get its character growth, and I get that it's supposed to be maybe his true color shining out, but it felt forced or rushed or something. It just didn't feel like it fit with the movie, with what he started out at being, and then all of a sudden it's like this. It just doesn't make sense. There's one scene where, I don't know if I should say that though, but there is one scene where Nicolas Cage implies, like, what do I have to do to help you out? Like, what do I gotta do? Because Elijah Wood's like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, can we just go back to the Shire? It's like, where's Samwise?
Yeah, characters change so much, and you just want them to go back to where they started so badly. So,
and it's not that I don't like Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood did really well in this, and I think that if they let Elijah Wood run free with what he started out being in the movie, I would have been fucking completely happy with it. I just wanted him to be as badass as Cage. That's what I wanted, but I didn't get it.
Bottom line, guys, this is a fucking gym in the toilet hole, and you gotta pull it out, and you gotta watch it. It's called The Trust. It's got Nicolas Cage on it with a great fucking mustache, and it's a movie. If you're a Nicolas Cage fan, do not miss this movie. Do not miss this movie. You have to fucking watch it. I give it ultimately as a whole total movie. I give it a fucking strong 7.5.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Actually, I liked it a little bit better than Mike. Because I think that Nicolas Cage just is such an overpowering presence in this movie. Like, it literally should just be called Nicolas Cage and fucking The Trust.
The movie's a 7.5. Nick Cage's performance is a fucking 10! It's a 10! It's a 10!
Shut up, Sausage.
It's a 10!
Is that guy's name Sausage?
I don't know. No, Billy Bob.
Billy Bob?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob.
Fucking 10! Gotta watch this movie, guys. We love your faces. What's your favorite Nick Cage batshit crazy moment of all time? Comment down below.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, honey.
Well, now I want to.
Go on now.
I was gonna say Spirit of Vengeance when he's fucking. That movie sucked, but that craziness that was funny as fuck. But I will say I love him in Face Off when he was in the priest outfit. He's like, yeah.
That's good. I would say anything from Leaving Las Vegas. That's an underrated ass movie too. Comment down below. Let us know what your guys' favorite Nick Cage crazy ass. I can't fucking talk no more. God damn. Let us know down below. We love your fucking faces. Follow us on We Watch the Movie on Instagram, social, all that goddamn shit. You know that shit's below. Right, all of our social shit is below. Go follow us on there because we put shit on there that you can't get here, that you don't see here, that you want to see here, but you can't get here. You're gonna get it there, and you're gonna get it. Just follow us on it.
It's special.
It's in the fucking description box. It's in the fucking description box. They know, bitch. It's in the goddamn description box down below.
There you go.
Whoa.
As above, so below.
We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham opinion.
Feel it. High five it.